Hello friends, I'd like to invite you to take a walk with me through a timeless forest to the top of a hill where a medieval castle awaits us. I've prepared a fun and fiery cardio class for you today, and I'm so happy that you've decided to join me. We're going to combine the graceful stretches and postures of yoga with Pilates mat-based exercises. It's an amazing way to get a great workout that helps distract you from the struggle, because your focus is pulled between finding the alignment of the poses and digging deep to find the energy you need to actually do the exercises. So give it all you've got, prepare to sweat, and have some fun. All right, let's get started standing at the top of the mat. Reach the hands up to the sky, stretch up, and then fold down. Lift up halfway, and then step or hop back to plank, chaturanga down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog, lifting the hips up to the sky, reaching that tailbone up, and then bend the knees and step or hop between the hands, forward fold, and then slowly roll up to mountain pose again. Reach up to the sky and release the hands down and begin to roll your wrists out. We're going to be using our wrists a lot during this practice, so we want to really begin to bring movement into those joints. When you're ready, taking your left fingers in your hand and pulling them back, extending the left arm and switching sides, stretching out the forearm, and rolling out our wrists again, maybe the opposite direction. And let's reach up to the sky, swan dive forward, lift up halfway to a straight back, bend your knees and step or hop back to plank, hold it, press into the mat, and chaturanga down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Tailbone is pointing up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees and jump forward. And slowly roll up to Tadasana. Reach up to the sky. Roll out those wrists again as you keep reaching up. Going the opposite direction. And bend the elbows, open them out to the sides and like a cactus, and bring them down and around, up and back, creating circles with those elbows as big and wide as you can. Getting into that shoulder joint now. Reach up and then fold forward. Let's lift up halfway and bend your knees, step or hop back to plank. Great job. Inhale and exhale. Let's chaturanga down. Upward facing dog as you inhale, and downward facing dog as you lift the hips back. Now that we've warmed up the body, let's get into our workout. Let's start by lifting that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring that knee to the left elbow, and reach it back up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee again, step the foot between the hands, reach up to high lunge, and hands come back down, step back to three-legged dog. And let's do that sequence again. Knee to elbow, back to three-legged dog, step between the hands, lift up to high lunge, hands come down to the mat, and we lift back into three-legged dog. We're beginning to keep going. We're beginning to really get that heart pumping, continuous movement, breathing deeply as we move. Try to pair your movements with your breath. Reach up with the leg and step forward. High lunge. Let's hold in this pose. Your back heel is lifted. And let's shift all of our weight forward onto that right leg, finding warrior 3. And stepping back to high lunge, shifting forward again to warrior 3. Back to high lunge, warrior 3. And back up to high lunge. One more time, warrior 3. Let's hold. And bend the knee, lift up to mountain pose as your knee reaches up. And then stepping back to high lunge again, hands come down to the mat. Stepping back to plank, hold, press into that mat with your hands. And chaturanga, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that whole sequence on the other side. So lift the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, bring that knee to the opposite elbow, and up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, step the foot between the hands. Don't worry about your balance. If you fall out, that's okay, just come back. Keep flowing, reaching up. Bring the knee to the elbow. Back to three-legged dog, stepping forward, high lunge, keep moving, keep breathing. Reach up to high lunge and hold. Back heel is lifted and hands come down to the mat. Step back to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, opposite elbow, and three-legged dog. Step forward to high lunge. Reach the arms up, bending into the left knee. And shift the weight forward into that left leg. Step it back to high lunge, and again, coming forward. If you are trembling, that is a good sign. You are really working. You are building muscle, you're building strength. You're also building balance in this pose. Now let's hold in warrior 3 and slowly lift up to mountain pose. Right knee up to the sky. And step it back to high lunge one more time. Hands come down to the mat, step back to plank, hold for a brief pause, imagining your body is a straight board, and then chaturanga down, upward facing dog as we continue to breathe, exhale, downward facing dog. And now let's jump forward, slowly lift up to Tadasana, hands come to the heart. Amazing job. Let's continue. Let's sit down onto the mat, coming into Navasana or boat pose. Roll back, come up, and roll back. Trying to keep your toes off of the mat the whole time. You can hold on to your knees if you need to. Hold in boat pose and bring the feet down. Come into forward fold. Step back into plank. Holding our plank pose again. You're doing an amazing job. Keep going, keep digging deep. This is a quick but effective workout to get your heart pumping. So we just have a few minutes left. Let's release back into downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And exhale, rolling forward to plank pose. Bend the knees, jump forward, sitting down to the mat, coming onto your back. Let's place the hands behind the head, bring the right elbow to the left knee, hold and open and touch. Open, touch the elbow to the knee. Touch, open, touch, open. Keep going. One-legged bicycle crunches. Just a few more. And now let's do 20 bicycle crunches, alternating legs and elbows. Opposite elbows are touching opposite knees. Crunch, 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 crunch. Keep going. You've got this. Just a few more. And release, knees into the chest. Let's roll up, coming into forward fold, step back to plank. Holding the plank each time, making our body straight. And now let's open into side plank on that right hand, reach the left hand up to the sky. You can stay here, or maybe try a crunch, so bringing that left knee to the left elbow, side plank, come back to center, switching sides. Crunch it in if you'd like to, or just holding in our side plank. And coming back to the other side, side plank on the right hand, crunch it in, extend, back to the other side, crunch, extend it out. Great job. Coming back to plank, chaturanga down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Amazing job. Let's take a quick breather, pointing the tailbone up to the sky. And bending the knees, step or hop forward, sitting back down onto the mat, releasing the back. Let's bring that left elbow to the right knee that's into the chest. Crunching in 10 times. Crunch it in, keep going. Now let's hold and doing 20 more bicycle crunches, alternating legs and elbows. Try to get physical contact with each elbow, with each knee. Keep going. You've got this. Push through it. And release, knees into the chest. Let's roll up to forward fold. Step back to plank. Bring the knees down. And let's do 4 push-ups. Do whatever you can. And let's lift the knees and do mountain climbers. 3, 4, 5, 6, bringing the knees high into the chest. You can speed this up or stay at this speed. Just a few more. And plank, chaturanga down, but hold at the bottom of chaturanga as long as you can. And great job, upward facing dog. And exhale as you release the belly onto the mat, finding cobra. Let's stretch out those abs. You can stay here or extend the elbows, finding seal pose. Breathing into any tension. Breathing into any stiffness. Lengthening each breath that you take. And releasing the belly to the mat. Let's sit back into child's pose. Breathing into the lower back. Taking a nice, well-deserved rest. That was an intense workout and you did so well. Whatever you were able to do today, that was really, really amazing. And I am so proud of you. And you can roll up to seated, sitting on your heels, take another breath. Thank you so much for working out with me today at this beautiful castle, and I'll see you again for the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know if there's anything that you would like to see, any other type of workout or yoga flow you'd like to do. It would mean so much to me to hear from you and let me know what you need and how I can help you with that. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.